how do I know which I'm most dominant in? And if I were to examine my life, I think I would be most dominant in the masculine energy within me. But so it's like, how do you identify? And then how do I understand like how to do my part in balancing that if I'm not completely understanding how
I understand.
to,
Yeah,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. So first, I would say that it's about making sure that you're just doing this for yourself, because you said making sure you're doing your part. You know, doing your part is, to focus on you. When you are focusing on you, that is the beginning of doing your part to assist the world. The only world you can truly change is your own.
Mhm.
That's the understanding there. The more that you lean into changing your world and shifting your world, what feels like the most emotionally fulfilling and better, best understanding for you, the more that other things will ripple out and will be affected, just like a rock thrown in water. And so how can you make sure that you are doing it or understand? Like you said, you feel that your energy is more connected to the physical or the divine masculine understanding, or at least that's where you feel the most grounded, or where you may have the most knowledge in some sense. And I think that answers your question to some extent, just by based off you looking at your own life and seeing, where do you feel that you spend most of your time? What is the understanding of how you think about your life itself? If you're beginning to step into, this video itself, us communicating itself, talks about you working to step into the more divine feminine understanding of your energy, because that's something that I do, or I help people to balance for themselves. Yes, we may communicate about the 3D understanding, but literally the form of assistance that I give is based off helping people to balance and connect with that divine feminine understanding.
So
That's what many.
how do we can we start talking about ways in which to connect with that or to balance that and to start embracing that more?
Well, as far as how to embrace that more, I cannot give you an answer for how you should do that. This has to come from within yourself. My recommendation for that is you ask yourself what is the best way to do it, and allow yourself to lead you. And these answers may not come, right away, especially if you're not used to standing in it. And when I say it may not come right away, it's not that you may not get an answer, but you may also not be ready to receive this understanding for what it is. You may think it's less than what you're asking for. You may think that, you need it to be more powerful. And a lot of
Mhm.
times the divine feminine understanding of energy is quieter and softer. It may grow strong over time and at some point, but it is a lot more gentle, than that 3D masculine understanding often is, So I think it's about just giving yourself time and space to be ready to hear whatever your soul is wanting to tell you, and understand that it doesn't have to be heavy or just so in your face, that it can be a gentler understanding. But also ask yourself what spiritual understandings, or what outside of the norm, because to me, all of it's spiritual. But what understandings that could be seen as connecting with the 4D or 5D realms call to you? What understandings that relates to? I mean, it could be speak about connecting to Reiki. It could be about connecting to tarot. It could be about connecting to runes. It could be about connecting to yoga from that standpoint. It could be about so many different things, but what feels right for you intuitively? It could be about automatic writing and talking directly to your guides, or directly to spirit itself. There's so many different understandings. As a matter of fact, the understanding of connecting with the 4D and 5D realms. And I call them that because that is where the divine feminine energy's playground really strongly is. It's the 4D and 5D realms, and that is like beyond the 3D, where you're not so heavily looking at the physical world around you, but you're thinking about the energetic understandings beyond that. The playgrounds of the 4D and 5D realm are endless, and so it's really about seeing what practices that speak to those realms call to you. And at the same time, I think that we're getting to a place in our world where it's about learning to integrate the practices of the 4D and 5D realm with the 3D realm as well. If you can do that, and that could be, not saying that you have to, but it could be also working to turn a 4D and 5D practice into a spiritual practice for you. Not a spiritual practice, but turning it into a 3D practice for yourself, whether it's building a business in relation to it, after your study, whatever the case may be. Hey, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a question you would like to ask or would like the opportunity to receive a one-on-one session, please check out the links in this video's description to sign up for a free session or submit a question.